What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to GazetteSports.com. It's JJ.
And Mike, and this More League Baseball video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company.
You know, we've been doing this for a few years, so these doubleheaders at Blair Field have kind of become routine. But if you take a closer look on Friday evening, something was going on. They brought out the fresh bags. They had a drum line in the crowd, and the crowd was there like an hour before.
This is literally 45 minutes before the game, and it's already full with people waiting in left field for these kids.
Oh yeah, these special kids. It's Wilson, it's Lakewood, it's More League Baseball, but it's Chase DeJong and Shane Watson.
How often does one public school league get two draft prospects in the same class going up against one another? Well, basically never, and that's why all 30 Major League Baseball teams are represented this game.
Radar guns dancing like fireflies in the night. Let's get this thing going. We've gilded the lily plenty at this point, and everybody was a bit nervy in the beginning. DeJong gives up a leadoff single. J.P. Akel can't put the bunt down. Timmy Richards gets ahead of himself on this ground ball. Everybody's doing things that are uncharacteristic.
Well, and this has kind of been the book on both these teams, but Richards redeems himself right here, and the teams got out of it. They got out of that first inning without giving up any damage.
Yeah, Watson pounding the strike zone, and a wild pitch on a strikeout actually puts Mike Zidek on, but a ground ball Nick Reeser turns to. And like you said, Mike, kind of a exhale at this point. Let's get it going. And Chase was doing work. If you want the cheese, you can party with Havarti.
DeJong, excellent control on all three of his pitches, strikes out 8 of the first 10 Lakewood batters, including 5 in a row. We know that once Watson settle in, they're pretty good.
But there's more than one way to cook a donut, and sure enough, double play in the second inning, Watson getting these ground outs. He does give up a leadoff single to Brown in the third inning. Macaron gonna sacrifice him over. This is what you gotta do. You gotta score that first run in this game. But just a handful of pitches to get 2 quick outs. This, a pop-up from Matt Haven, and this, a flyout from Mike Zidek.
36 pitches in the first 4 innings are all Shane Watson needed to dance out of that, as 3,000 fans bought tickets for this pitching duel, and they were not disappointed.
No, they showed up to see some pitching, and they absolutely got it. Tip of the cap, Long Beach. In the 6th inning, they got some offense. With 2 outs, Danny Kayeka singles up the middle. Looks like just, another hit and another runner left stranded. But Nick Reeser comes up, sits on the fastball, and rakes it down the left field line.
Just the second and third hits of the game for Lakewood. They had the hit and run on Kayeka sprinting on contact, and I think the celebration shows you they know how big this first run is, and right now, the Lancers just 6 outs away from winning.
Watson walked over to Kayeka and said, "Let's do this," as, sophomore coming up huge, Reeser. But in the 6th, with 2 outs, Wilson right back at you. Timmy Richards with the double, so it's not going to be that easy.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see, is it tit for tat in the 6th inning? Wilson gets the big hit. Can they follow it up with a second? Watson, that's a heavy ball. Ground out ends it. 5 of the 7 innings ended on ground outs for Watson.
DeJong able to get out of a jam to keep it a 1-run game, so we go to the 7th, and of course, it's DeJong v. Watson to start the 7th. Chase walks for the 2nd time in this game, and he's going to get pinch run for. He wants a chance to get back on that field, though. However,
the freshman Chris Betts trying to bunt. Lakewood and Wilson 0 of 6 trying to bunt today. So neither team pleased with their execution there, and
once more, ground out to end it. 4-6-3 DP. Ooh-wee. Lakewood gonna win this gem.
Right there, the guy who scored the game's only run, hugging the guy who kept Wilson from scoring any runs. Lakewood knows how big this one has been every year, and just real recognizing real, JJ. A shame that anybody had to catch this loss, as phenomenal games from both Watson and DeJong.
This game, this night, these 2 kids, special. There's really no other way to put it. This is GazetteSports.com, and if it's baseball happening in the 5-6-2, we've got it covered. Because we are Long Beach Sports. Stay with us through the rest of this More League season. Because guess what? These 2 teams play again.